Now that we're able to show our message window, it's time for us to display text. Let's go ahead and open up the message window class. At the top of our class, we're going to need to bring in the Unity UI namespace. Once we have access to those classes, we can make a reference to the text instance that's inside of our message window game object. Let's create a private field typed to text called text instance. Next, we're going to create a public property so that we can set the text. Let's make this public. Its type will be string, and we'll name it text. Inside of it, we'll add a setter, and we'll set the text instance's text field to equal the value being passed into our setter. Now let's go ahead and override the awake method. Before we call base.awake, let's set the value of text instance to equal getComponentInChildren, and we'll pass in the text class. Since we only have one game object inside of our message window, and that game object has a text class, this should work fine. Now let's go ahead and save this and go back into our random map tester. Inside of the tileAction callback method, where we originally opened up our message window, we're going to make some modifications so that we can pass text into our message window. Every time we use the window manager to open up a new window, it returns back a reference to the window itself. Let's create a new variable and we'll call this message window. And we'll set it equal to the return value of the window manager's open method. The other thing we need to do, though, is cast this back as a message window, since the window manager only returns generic window types. At the end of our method, simply add the following. We'll use as message window. Now, if we scroll over to the variable we created and roll over the var, you'll see that its class is message window. Now all we need to do is set the text on the message window. Here, we'll have the message display on tile type and pass in the type. Let's save this and go back into our game. If we run our game and move to the next tile, you'll see our message now displays on tile type 3, or whatever tile you're on. As you move around, the message will automatically be updated. At this point, we're able to get a reference to the message window from the window manager and display text on it.